Et sur le plateau, en direct de Bouton Rouge, eh bien oui, les Yardbirds sont là. Les Yardbirds, c'est toujours à la batterie. Jim, McCarty.
It's very hard to live up to what you said there.
It's great to hear a mixture of music that's eclectic and have all sorts of mixtures, classical, you know, rock and roll, jazz, blues, and not actually put them all in a box and keep it to some sort of format. And I think that's good good for young people to hear that music and hear what's been done before, not something that's homogenous. You know. The Yardbirds always had a big problem because we were always trying to have the next hit record, and that's what you needed in those days, particularly in England and Europe.
In those days, they used to take albums by the British musicians and not release certain tracks in America. Some of them weren't released until many years later. And listening to KMPX, I'd hear Cream doing Spoonful, Jimi Hendrix doing Red House, and a lot of the songs that you couldn't hear anywhere else. And I said, that's good radio.
We all grew up on, okay? Let's go.
I used to tape on a bullshit cassette recorder, I guess. I don't even remember, but I used to tape the radio station. That's how important it was, that I didn't want to miss things, you know?
The audience that the FM radio broadcast went out to was vast. I mean, I don't know how far some of these signals went, but they definitely went further than the Bay Area. I mean, there were stations in Detroit, there were stations in Cleveland, there were stations in New York who got on the bandwagon. So not only did they start playing their own local counterculture bands, they played us too.
And all of a sudden, there was music on the radio that we loved to hear. There was the band, there were the Byrds. Van Morrison wasn't necessarily being played in other places. And then in the middle of all that, there's Ray Price and B.B. King too. They could play anything.
I think somebody said to me actually today, they said, oh, you were playing FM music before FM really took over.
I would tape the damn radio shows. That's how far out it was and how creative it was and how cutting edge and how inspiring it was to an artist, because you'd hear things that you'd never heard. You didn't know where to get it.